Good morning, Year 2, and welcome to our next English lesson. I hope that you've had a lovely morning so far. So today in English, we are going to be using a variety of coordinating conjunctions. And I think my face might just cut off the end of the learning objective there, but I'm sure looking at the learning objective from yesterday, you'll remember how to spell it. So if you could please pause the video here and write the date, Tuesday the 12th of January, and the learning objective, use a variety of coordinating conjunctions. Well done, Year 2. So today, thinking about our thinking boxes to success, we are still aiming to write with the purpose of explaining how to do something with an audience of your choice. Today, we're going to be thinking about what you do as the particular key feature we're focusing on. And when we zoom out to our grammar, signs of success, we're going to be again thinking about how to use compound sentences and particularly focusing on using this skill, building on trying it yesterday as you were already rehearsing your compound sentences, ready to be drafting them today. So thank you to everyone who shared their video via Class Dojo. I loved listening to your oral rehearsal on how to make a boat that floats. So first of all, this morning, we're going to have a review phase of our lesson, building on what we already know from yesterday. So our review question says, can you spot the coordinating conjunctions? What do you notice? So on your screen, you'll be able to see a piece of text on how to make a boat that floats. What I'd love you to do, Year 2, is pause the video here and read through these instructions on what to do, either with your talk partner in school or the adult helping you at home, and see if you can spot the coordinating conjunctions in these instructions. You might find that there isn't a coordinating conjunction in every instruction. I'm going to hand it over to you now, Year 2. So the coordinating conjunctions are there to help you, and, but, so, for, or. So please pause the video and have a look together. Well done, Year 2. So we're going to review our learning together now. So I'm going to read one instruction at a time, and we're going to have a think about whether there is a coordinating conjunction, and if there is, we're going to spot which one it is. So the heading says, what you do. Number 1, first attach 2 water bottles together with some tape. Did I read any of those conjunctions? No, well done, Year 2, I didn't. So there's just one main clause in that first instruction. Number 2, next, add a sail to your boat by using a lollipop stick in the middle of the 2 water bottles. Again, no coordinating conjunction. This means that the writer could add more detail to share clear descriptions with the audience. Okay, moving on, let's have a look. Number 3, then add the flag by cutting a triangle out of a piece of paper and attach it to the top of your pencil. What coordinating conjunction was used in that instruction? Well done, Year 2. The coordinating conjunction is and. So I'm just going to get my highlighting tool and highlight the coordinating conjunction. Brilliant. So the first main clause that can stand alone is then add the flag by cutting a triangle out of a piece of paper. Then we have the coordinating conjunction and, joining with the next main clause, attach it to the top of your pencil. So both of those main clauses are commands because the writer has used the imperative verbs add and attach. So they are the words that are telling the reader what they need to do. Okay, moving on to instruction number 4. After that, decorate your boat. You may use colourful pens to add designs or cut paper and glue it to the boat. Interesting. I think there might be more than one coordinating conjunction in this instruction, which sometimes happens. I wonder if you could pause the video here and have a conversation. What coordinating conjunctions have been used? Well done, Year 2. Thank you for discussing it at home and in the classroom. So, the coordinating conjunctions that have been used are or and. Okay. So the reason there is more, as there is more than one, we need to check that the clauses in between are main clauses so they make sense on their own. So let's check together. So first of all, this instruction starts with a simple sentence. After that, decorate your boat. Okay, so now we're moving on to our sentence with the coordinating conjunctions. You can use colourful pens to add designs. So thumbs up if you think it makes sense on its own, thumbs down if you don't agree, don't think it makes sense on its own. Well done, Year 2, it does make sense on its own. So that's the first main clause. Then we have our coordinating conjunction or. Then we have cut paper. Does that make sense on its own? Show me with your thumbs. Thumbs up or thumbs down? What do you think, Year 2? Well done. It's thumbs up. It does make sense on its own, as cut is the imperative verb and the paper is the subject. So we have our verb and subject, which means it makes sense on its own. Okay, then we have the coordinating conjunction glue and the last main clause says glue it to the boat. So what do you think, Year 2? Thumbs up, it makes sense. Thumbs down, you don't agree. Does it make sense on its own? Well done, Year 2. It does make sense on its own. Again, we've got the imperative verb glue and the subject is the boat. So it's another command telling the audience what to do. Glue it to the boat. Brilliant. Okay, let's move on to instruction number 5 and number 6. What did you notice about these instructions? Okay, let's explore together then. So number 5, now test your boat in water to see if it floats. I didn't read a coordinating conjunction there. So that means that instruction 5 is just one main clause. Okay, number 6. Finally, try adding an object on your boat. Again, I didn't read a coordinating conjunction. So this means that this is another instruction that could have more detail added to it to provide clear instructions to our audience. Okay, so I think I need your help with something, Year 2. I think there's some work to be done here. So today, we are going to be focusing on redrafting and improving these instructions by using a wider variety of conjunctions. That means exploring using perhaps nearly all of them, okay? So stepping away from the ones we feel most comfortable with to join together ideas. So join together those two main clauses with the coordinating conjunction in the middle. Okay, so I wonder if, first of all, you could pause the video here, just reflect on the information I've shared with you and have a conversation about instruction number 1 and instruction number 2. How might you improve these instructions by using coordinating conjunctions to join together another idea? Brilliant. Well done, Year 2. Okay, I'm going to model the first 2 with you before you have another go on your own in a moment. So the heading says what you do. Number 1, first, attach 2 water bottles together with some tape. Okay. I'm trying to think, what new idea do I want to add to this instruction to add more detail? So I can see it says water bottles, so that means they must be made out of plastic. Now, why would it be really important to use plastic as a base for the bottle? Please pause the video here and quickly share your feedback. Well done. So plastic is a material that floats, and we know this from testing our boats last Monday. Okay, so first attach 2 water bottles with some tape. So I'm going to use the coordinating conjunction for, because it's very similar to the subordinating conjunction because. So I'm going to add a new idea in another colour. So first attach 2 water bottles together with some tape. For plastic will make the boat float. So the coordinating conjunction for is very similar to because if I read it back to you using that subordinating conjunction, it would still make sense. First, attach 2 water bottles together with some tape because plastic will make the boat float. Okay, so they have a very similar meaning. Brilliant. Let's move on to instruction number 2. Next, add a sail to your boat by using a lollipop stick in the middle of the 2 water bottles. Now, I know when somebody in the class or a group in the class were trying to add a sail last Monday, it wasn't that easy. And that's because, to start with, especially with the glue, it didn't stay up. So I'm going to suggest using the coordinating conjunction or, and I want to provide the audience with another idea. So, of course, they could stick the lollipop stick in between the 2 bottles, but how else could we attach the stick? Please pause the video here and have a conversation about it at home. Brilliant, great ideas, Year 2. So I'm going to share with you my idea. So I'm going to get a different colour pen for my next main clause. So I'm going to read it through and add my next main clause. Next, add a sail to your boat by using a lollipop stick in the middle of the 2 water bottles, or use tape if it will not stand. Okay, so my second main clause is another command, okay, which is asking the audience to do something. Brilliant. So far we've used the coordinating conjunctions for and or. So that means we haven't yet used but, and, or so. Okay, let's bear that in mind as we move on here too. Brilliant, so we've got instructions 3, 4, 5 and 6 now. So I wonder if you could please pause the video here and go through the same thinking process I've just modelled to you to first of all review the instruction. Has a coordinating conjunction been used? If it has, brilliant. If it hasn't, have a think about what coordinating conjunction you might like to use to join another main clause, adding more detail for the audience. So please pause here and have a go at home. Well done, Year 2. I'm so proud of you for taking part in today's lesson. Okay, let's have a look together. Number 3, then add the flag by cutting a triangle out of a piece of paper and attach it to the top of your pencil. Okay, so this coordinating conjunction that has been used in this instruction is and. So we don't need to improve this one. Okay, moving on. Instruction number 4. After that, decorate your boat. You can use colourful pens to add designs or cut paper and glue it to the boat. What do you remember about this instruction? Well done. More than one coordinating conjunction had been used. So the coordinating conjunctions in this instruction were or, and. Brilliant. Okay, number 5. Now test your boat in water to see if it floats. I don't think I read a coordinating conjunction, so I'm feeling confident that there is just one main clause there. Okay, so there was something on last Monday that I noticed when we were testing our boats. some of the glue hadn't dried. So when the boats went into the water, it meant that some parts of the boats either leaked away or became soggy and broke away from the boat. So I think it's really important that the audience make sure the glue on the decorations is dry first, so leaving their boat to dry, just like we would a piece of artwork, before testing it on the water. So now test your boat in water to see if it floats. I'm going to leave a space for a coordinating conjunction. Make sure, remember my blue pen for the different second clause, make sure the glue on your decorations is dry first. Brilliant. Okay. So we've got two main clauses now. I wonder if you could please pause the video here and have a think about what coordinating conjunction would make sense in this instruction. To perhaps have a go with exploring and saying out loud the different instructions using the different conjunctions. Well done, Year 2. So now test your boat in the water to see if it floats. And we're going to use the coordinating conjunction but. A bit of a top tip, isn't it? Top tip, isn't it? But make sure the glue on your decorations is dry first. Brilliant. Okay, number 6. Finally, try adding an object on your boat. Why would we need to do that, Year 2? Why would we want to put an object on top of the boat? Please pause the video here and talk about your thinking. Well done. So it is to see if it can hold any weight. So I know that one group last Monday, they'd made their very own class bear, hadn't they? And the boat would float if the class bear wasn't in the boat. But if the class bear was in there, the boat was slightly sinking. So it's really important that we test our boat to see if it can carry any weight. So finally, try adding an object on your boat. And then we're going to use the coordinating conjunction so, as that explains why, joining with our next main clause, so you can see if it can hold any weight. Brilliant. Oh, I see my underlinings moved. Never mind. Okay, moving on, Year 2. So your task for this morning is broken down into smaller steps to support you with that. So first of all, have a look at your story map that you have drawn. Play back the video of your oral rehearsal. So yesterday you should have just only been saying your sentences aloud, retelling what you do using coordinating conjunctions in preparation for the writing today. So play back your video and watch it and listen to it, and review it with the adult who is supporting you. So as you're listening and playing back your video, think, what coordinating conjunctions did you use? So you'll need to spot them, just like we've been practicing this morning. Perhaps make note of the coordinating conjunctions that you hear yourself saying. Look at the word bank here on the screen, coordinating conjunctions and, but, so, for, or. You could almost tick off which ones have you used. Could you use a wider variety? Perhaps create a target of the conjunctions you're going to try and use today. And then once you've gone through those small steps, what I'd love you to do, Year 2, is in your books, write the heading, what you do, and then underneath, draft your instructions on how to make a boat that floats. So if you did do this in your book yesterday, similar to the children who are watching their videos, please think about how you can improve those instructions. So really focusing on using a wider variety of these coordinating conjunctions. Okay. You'll also see on the screen here that I have shared the definition of a compound sentence to remind you. So we have a main clause, so that's beginning with a capital letter, coordinating conjunction in the middle, and another main clause with a full stop at the end of the instruction. Okay, so this is building up to our final right at the end of the week. We're drafting, so it's another practice, okay? I hope you enjoy it, Year 2, and I look forward to seeing your instructions on Class Dojo. Well done.